Get a £5 free bet every week with Offer Club from William Hill. Simply stake a total of £20 or more across the week on pre-match football accumulators with 4 or more selections, and you'll get a £5 free bet on the Friday. Join William Hill Offer Club on mobile or online now.
This is KUGAN CASSIUS Rifle Team in association with Macklins in Marbella. What was that?
I was just getting ready for White Chisora, and then that happened.
Let's just talk about the start of the press conference. Haye.
Yeah. Do you know what it is? It burns Haye so much that I have to be part of delivering his payday. It kills him because he's a control freak. So when he writes to Barney Francis on his own at Sky Sports trying to slip round the back door, and Barney Francis says, "David, you've got to talk to Eddie," that kills him up and eats him up inside. So he went on the attack with me, with poor old Dave Coldwell, called him Penfold, thought it was bang out of order. And this is how much it incenses him that I have to be a part of the show promoting it for him to get the payday that he so desperately needs. The fact is, he tries to be his own promoter. He went to the WBA. I could have told him 6 weeks ago, "Don't waste your time, mate, you ain't getting nowhere." But they're always 4 or 5 steps behind the game because they're not in the game. They play the game. They don't live the game like we live the game.
Did you notice the or did you have the sign of tension negotiating the fight? Because he looked like...
No, it just pains him. It kills him that he has to be a part. When we did the Audley Harrison fight, I had nothing to do with the show. Right? I brought the fighter. I represented the fighter. And Davey wanted control over everything. Now he can't get his own way. So little things are eating him up. But, Eddie Hearn on a poster, absolute bollocks. Absolute bollocks. He's not a promoter. He's not a registered promoter, licensed promoter. So he's not promoting his own show. I am. Therefore, that's why my name has to be in the show, because I'm a registered promoter, a licensed promoter. But I don't care. All I'm doing, once again, is making more people millionaires than the lottery. That's what I do. Okay? And David Haye eats him up that I'm the one that's providing him with a payday he so desperately needs.
Said after he's dealt with Bellew, he's coming after Joshua, and he wants to end Matchroom.
He's got a long way to go, but listen, he can have a go at all of our boys if he wants. He's got to get past Tony Bellew first, and if I was him, I'd worry about that more than anything else, because he's rattled down to the ground. David Haye is the cool guy.
It surprised me. Like,
no, I knew he'd do it. I knew he'd do that, because he's rattled. He's normally the cool guy.
Yeah.
I'm Haye, turn up, cool guy, and he was rattling. His hands were going. And as you saw, he tried to chin Bellew in the face to face. So he's got a lot going on. He's well off the radar. He's gone loopy. So it's all good.
It's a long time we've seen Haye in that way.
I know. But that's because he's rattled. And it's great. Pantomime. That's what you want, isn't it?
I know, but just the first bit that astounded me more than anything.
Yeah, I was like...
Rather than him having a go, he was
like,
going
don't worry about
into
me,
you.
worry about him.
Well, you held your own, didn't you?
Listen, it is what it is. I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to put the fight on for the fans. I'm happy to provide another great fight for Sky Sports box office. And I'm just so pleased that I personally rattled David Haye so much.
What happened in that head-to-head? Because we saw punches definitely being thrown.
I think he threw a left hook. He come straight into Bellew. Bellew shoved him off. He threw a left hook. Security jumped in. It was very quick. It's nothing. It's another little bit of handbags, wasn't it?
So you're on white watching.
Oh no, that won't be a big one.
We'll top that. We'll top that. Some people saying this fight's a mismatch. No. What do you say to that?
No. What, in terms of what? In terms of other people he could fight? I mean, is this a tougher fight than Lucas Brown for him? I believe so. Shannon Briggs, he didn't want that fight. He could have boxed Shannon Briggs. He could have boxed Lucas Brown. So, all these things he's talking about, he doesn't know what he's saying or what actually happened because he's so far behind the game. He's like, if we're in a running race in terms of knowing what's happening in the promotional world and making moves, if this is a 100-metre race, I'm just popping myself over the line, Usain Bolt style, and he's like down 20-metre line because he thinks, I'm fighting Lucas Brown, I'm fighting Shannon Briggs. He's wasting his time on all of them. No one's going to give him a leg up. So he was always going to fight Tony Bellew. But we had to make sure we got the right deal, which we did, a great deal for Tony Bellew. Listen, David's going to make a lot of money out of this fight. Good luck to him. I'm glad to give it to him. Call me Eddie the Philanthropist.
This is just the start of a long...
Just the start.
Well, it's a 4-month build-up, but are you anticipating, just listening to the way Haye was talking about, more specifically you and Matchroom, do you anticipate any problems in the build-up with working alongside
It's all
David?
done. Tickets are sold, venue's done, And I don't deal with David Haye, I deal with his lawyer and his people behind the scene. Listen, David Haye's the kind of geezer that when we're sending emails out to head of Sky, the emails will go out with everybody CC'd. He'll take me off the email on the reply. That's how much I eat away at his skin and how much it pains him so much that I have to be a part of this. But what he did was he whored himself out on all the different channels, right? And this is a good bit of advice for young fighters. Go and see exactly what's out there, and then you come back to me and realise, yes.
You said in there that David has to take this fight because he's got no money.
Really?
Is it
He needs the
something you
money.
think or something you know?
Everyone knows. No secret in boxing. You're asking a question, you know it.
You said it in the pressure, that's what I'm asking.
But you know it. You'll see by your face there with those puppy eyes. But the
you
fact
tell us-
is, he could have bought, you've got the WBO, he's saying, got the WBO, got the WBA, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you're fighting Tony Bellew. Why are you fighting Tony Bellew? Oh, so I can do it for the people to shut him up. No, because you will love a pound note and you want me to pay you a load of money. And I'm happy to do so for the entertainment of the British fight fans.
Can you give us a ticket update and can you
Sold
also
out.
address the Fight Pass situation that people were?
Yes, sold out on Fight Pass, sold out on pre-sale, sold out on general sale.
People are moaning about the Fight Pass situation.
But when they were moaning, there were still tickets available on Fight Pass. But they didn't want to. They didn't want the 200. You've got to think there's 60, 80, 100, 200, 300, 500, 1,000, right? So obviously the 40s, the 60s and the 80s are going to go like that. But when they were moaning, there were still 100s and 200s, but they didn't want to buy those tickets. I can't provide everyone with a £60 ticket. Do you know what I'm saying? So, they eventually sold out, and obviously the demand is crazy. And if you've got your ticket, congratulations, because if we would have gone on sale tomorrow, I could have doubled the ticket prices, and we still would have sold out in 10 minutes, or actually 10 seconds.
Can you just clarify the belt situation with the WBC and Tony?
Yeah, we've made an application to the WBC for a special event permit to step out of cruiserweight to take this fight, and it will be considered by the board of directors and also at the convention next week. Are we allowed to have this fight before we take on Bradis? Do we have to give the belt to Bradis and the next available and fight the winner? Something will be decided, but
So currently it's not vacant.
no, he's WBC world champion,
Right.
yeah. And he wants to stay that way.
Oh. Well,
You gonna do some views? I need to retweet your clip for you.
yeah, why don't you do it live?
Do you know what? I can't really get any reception.
I did find it amusing though when Haye was ripping into you.
I was thinking, but you know what he's very good at? Talking over you. Like no one really talks over Tony.
Yeah.
But he was really holding his
He
own.
was on it
yeah.
today.
There we go. I was seeing you tweeted, Haye and Hearn arguing, fucking hilarious.
It was. Right.
Got it. All right, old boy.
All right. Well, Eddie Hearn, thanks for talking to IFL TV, and
All right, mate.
we'll catch you soon.
See you later. Yeah, I just got to do